Hey guys, meteorologist Lindsey Slater here. If you have noticed, we have a geomagnetic storm watch or a G2 watch that's in effect for the 16th. So we are now looking at the 15th. So this is going to be for basically tomorrow. This was issued a little bit earlier yesterday, and I was kind of watching these couple of CMEs or these coronal mass ejections basically coming out of the sun. They are Earth directed. And so this right here is actually a weather model called Enlil, and it is basically showing these little dashes. You see that right here? Earth is right here, by the way. You know what? I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see. So y'all can see it just a little bit better right here. So we have Earth right there. These three little lines, these are different CME waves, multiple launches that came off the sun. And that is going to be followed by some fast wind. So we are likely looking at some kind of impacts. At this point, they're kind of minor, but we are likely looking at some impacts going into maybe Thursday night into Friday. It does look that this peaks. Here's the 16th, is the 17th. So I would say the night of the 16th, so Thursday night, as I mentioned, and a very early Friday morning. Likely this is looking like, okay, so that was 12Z. So I would say maybe like 2 o'clock in the morning. So this would be a North America thing. Whether or not it can maintain intensity, if it's strong enough, it does kind of look to me that sometimes what happens is when you have the magnetosphere, which is what's surrounding the Earth, our magnetic field, if you get hit with one thing from the sun, it kind of like jostles it. It kind of primes it up. Then when you hit the next one, it might make it flare up and be a little bit more vibrant in terms of maybe auroras, in terms of geomagnetic activity. It kind of primes up that magnetosphere. So I want to show you what is the likely cause of it. I believe, again, I have a space weather certificate, but I'm not exactly an expert just yet. I'm trying to do space videos at least once a week, or if I see something. So I'm going to the Helio viewer here, and this is just the 191 or 131 rather angstrom, which shows solar flaring really well. This is what you look at for solar flaring. If you want to look at some coronal holes, you can see on 193 there's a coronal hole. I actually prefer 211 for coronal holes, but I think 193 does have some. It shows a little bit more of those like filaments and prominences kind of going across. It looks kind of like a smiley face, doesn't it? So I want to go back to the 131 angstroms, which shows us our flaring regions. And I want you to keep your eyes peeled right here. When I go to the solar synoptic map that is issued by the Space Weather Prediction Center, there it is. You can see that this is definitely a flaring region that we have seen have some good activity already. 4248 is that one. If I go to Space Weather Live, we can actually look at those specific regions. Right now, solar wind speed is pretty marginal. Density is marginal. I'm not seeing a whole lot. We have a northern BZ value, which is basically like when you look at the Earth and the sun, you have both of them have these magnetospheres, right? If you have the right conjunction of magnetic field orientation, they can connect just like real life magnets. But if they're the wrong one, they're not going to really cause that much storming. When you have BZ at north, it's the wrong one. It doesn't give us that nice connection. So we are always looking for a southern BZ and a consistent southern BZ, because then that means we have a better opportunity of seeing some of those auroras. So it does look like, okay, so a month ago we had the G3. I want to go and pull up some of these sunspots. I'm not as familiar. I do use this, there we go, sunspot regions. I do use this site quite often. So 4250. So this is right now, the size of it's increased. The magnitude has a little bit more complexity to it. So more of these letters and these, like the beta, gamma, alpha, I'm sorry, beta, gamma. Oh, I forgot which one that was. I'm so sorry. Beta, gamma, delta. I was right. Beta, gamma, delta. The more you have these, the more complexity you're going to get in your sunspot. So you can see we do have, okay polarity. I mean, they're a little bit opposite right now. It's better if you see them kind of closer together. A 65% chance we'll see some C flaring. X flaring is kind of those bigger ones that can cause some radio blackouts. So that was 4248. 4250 is the bigger one I was watching. And 4252 isn't really that impressive right now. So those are some of the regions that we have at the moment when it comes in terms of our sunspots, just like these two here. But where I think that happened, keep your eyes peeled right here. You see this big guy? These, like, we call these arcades or these filaments, or basically this is your CME. It's hanging out right here and it's just waiting to launch. So it's creating these connections with the sunspots. These are sunspots that are kind of connecting in these loops. And eventually what happens is that it gets real intense and it lifts off. So watch this. This is actually really cool. See that right here? That is a liftoff. That is a launch, my friends. And that thing, it goes bright and then it goes back. So we go from the 13th, the 14th. This is when these launches happened. And then the 15th. Very, very cool. So that's what I'm looking at. I can pull up Enlil solar wind modeling. I wonder if it'll have it on here. Well, it just has the, oh, it actually does have it. Perfect. Okay, so there they are. Here's 1, 2, 3. There's Earth. So these are definitely Earth directed. Get hit once and then a second time on the 16th. That's the one I think we have the most potential of seeing some aurora. Here's the problem, Southeast Wisconsin, which is what I forecast for. Our forecast for Thursday night into Friday features a lot of clouds, and it also features a cold front, or actually prefrontal cold front. The cold front comes on Friday. So while there could be some auroras going on, if this model shows to be consistent, it'd be tough to see anything. I still like to talk about it. I still like to talk about those possibilities. So, as far as what you can expect, I would say if we were to magically get some clearing, I would say this is going to be best right around there, which is about the 17th, the 16th at 16Z before the 17th. So, yeah, that's kind of about 10 a.m. And then if we keep going forward in time, maybe we get some activity. Yeah, 17th. This is about 11 p.m. So there is a possibility Thursday night into Friday if we can get some clearing going on. But I wanted to give you guys that little update as we look at the sun. I think it's pretty amazing. Here's the newest look at the sun right now. It is having a hard time loading, as you can see. But yeah, that flaring region, it was pretty cool, actually. So, all right, you guys have a good rest of your day. I will always update you on any more space weather that I see as we go. But otherwise, yeah, you have a good afternoon, and I'll keep you posted if we can maybe get a clearing for the potential of some auroras on the 16th night going into the 17th.